It's Wednesday. It's time for another episode of Simon's Daily Bitcoin Price Action Analysis. Welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. Nice to have you back. I hope you've all had a smashing Wednesday, halfway through the week. And let's face it, things aren't looking good for Bitcoin. But as long as we can say these things with a smile on our faces, then, you know, it's all good, right? There are people in this world who don't know where the next meal's going to come from. So fretting over a bit of downside action on Bitcoin, you won't find me doing that. All right, so here we go. I'm going to, just because it's halfway through the week, I'm just going to quickly check on a weekly candle. And remember, the rhetoric that I've been selling, I'm not selling anything, the rhetoric I've been talking about for some time was this weekly closure over here, which is at sort of 61.3, which is obviously very close to the round number of 60,000. For Bitcoin to continue without any weekly, lower lows, it must close a weekly above 61.3. But more or less, that would equate to also closing a weekly above 60,000. This is the weekly candle so far. So the wick is fairly big. So it's obviously made a move down to 58,250, and then it's recounted some of that. And then it's just hovering. It's just hovering at the moment. So there's still a chance, but every day that goes by, particularly as Bitcoin starts to get towards the end of this week, if it hasn't bounced on, of course, the lower time frames, it's not going to look good. And a weekly closure below this closure here is likely to lead to moves down towards the low 50s at the very least. Probably more like 45, as I said in yesterday's video. But never mind, it'll all be fine. It'll all be fine. So, this is the daily. I haven't checked in on momentum in a while, so I might just go ahead and do that. Although I think I know what the answer is going to be. To the downside. So if I just very quickly sort out this MACD here, needs a bit of sorting out to have it how I like it. Very simply, by removing the EMA, I don't really see the point. But that's just my personal opinion. So you can see, yes, it continues on down. The daily momentum isn't even trying to turn up at the moment. And below the zero line, with across to the upside, quite some distance away from current price action. Onto the 4 hour. And you can see here, this will be quite interesting to look at. So it looks like it is turning back down, having made a bit of a move up. Now, continuation of downtrend. This is a 4 hour. I've talked about this downtrend over the last few videos, really. Lower highs, lower lows, right? This is now starting to look just like another lower high. So trend continuation. But for that to be the case, I don't know why I struggled so hard to find those two words, the case. For that to be the case, and for it to be proven, then Bitcoin needs to get back below the current low. Because if it doesn't, and if indeed, I mean, what's the opposite to that? Well, the opposite to that is it turns back up, or kind of goes sideways. But if Bitcoin doesn't continue on down and get below here, then it might have a chance to turn up. And if it turned up anywhere from where it is to that low, and then got back above what is now becoming the local high at basically 62,000, then that's the start of an uptrend. So it's not all doom and gloom, not yet. Most of it is though, don't get me wrong. It's hard to be chirpy about Bitcoin when it's doing this sort of thing. So continuation must get below here. But what's wrong with something like this? Change in trend. Clearly both of those things are contingent on future events. And I don't know what the future holds. Nobody does. Nobody does. So yeah, interesting time. The one other thing I wanted to look at here was, if we just stick a Fibonacci retracement, I could put the 50% move on, which I do like doing too. So if you just take it from, well, I'm just going to take it from this top to the bottom. I've done it the wrong way round. Always do that. I always put it on the wrong way round. So try again, Simon. Think about what you're doing. So from the top to the bottom of this last move, you can see that price has settled into that golden zone between the 382 and the 618 with a 0.5 right in the middle. So that's a 50% level that you hear me talk about a lot. And it's a decent bounce all the way up to the 61.8% of this whole move down. And then it's turned back down again. I would be bold enough to suggest that if it's going to then turn back up, it does so without getting too far below this 382 level, which is at sort of 60,500. It's also right where my blue line is. One of my 50,000 blue lines. 50? No, 15,000 blue lines. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, yesterday's video described it all. Check it out. So yeah, you know, if this is going to become a low followed by a higher low, i.e. change of trend, Bitcoin is soon. And I alluded to that in the videos yesterday and the day before, over the weekend indeed. Because, or maybe not over the weekend, no, after this daily candle. So this is from Monday. I said if Bitcoin's going to bounce from here, it should probably happen before the end of the week, i.e. within a few days. Just like all of these reversals from key areas, they happened over a couple of days. Hanging around at a key area, more likely to see trend continuation. And the trend at the moment, on everything other than a weekly, at the moment, everything other than a weekly, is still to the downside. So if it hangs around without bouncing, probably be a move much like this, but the other way around. So what's that, 8 minutes? I think that'll do for now. So just quick recap. Bitcoin needs to turn around very soon to prove everyone wrong and continue in its current bull market with its current uptrend. And if it doesn't do it soon, it probably won't. But keep smiling. Positive mental attitude. It's all you need. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like and subscribe. And if you haven't, don't come back tomorrow because it'll be Thursdays. Take it easy. Thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.